You know that feeling, right? You step into a coffee shop and bam, that amazing smell hits you. Fresh coffee, maybe some pastries baking. It's just so, I don't know, comforting.
Oh, absolutely. It's this almost universal vibe. Coffee shops, cafes, they're everywhere. Major hubs in cities all over the globe. It's not just about buying coffee, is it?
No, it's more like a little escape.
Exactly. It's that third place people talk about, not home, not work. It's where you get your coffee, maybe a snack, but also just recharge for a minute.
Here's the thing. For a place that should feel relaxing, ordering can sometimes feel, well, kind of stressful. Like you're being tested on secret coffee words.
I hear you. You pause too long or you say medium when they expect grand. Suddenly feels a bit awkward.
Yeah. So that's what this deep dive is all about. We're going to break it all down. We've looked at how these places work, the language, the unspoken rules.
Right. Our mission here is to give you, the listener, that confidence. We want you to walk in knowing exactly how to handle everything, from the simplest order to the really fancy stuff, and, importantly, the etiquette side, too. So the plan is, we start with the absolute basics, the words you need right away, how to just, start the order politely. Then we'll get into sizes, hot versus iced, customizing with milk and stuff, then payment, tipping, always a bit tricky, and then we'll dive into those more complex drinks like lattes and cappuccinos. And finally, how to just be in a coffee shop, the etiquette.
Okay, let's do it. So you walk in, maybe there's a line, and you head towards that big table thing where you order.
The counter, that long, usually high table, that's your first destination.
And behind it, the person making the magic happen, the barista.
Right. And professional coffee maker is, it's accurate, but maybe a bit basic. These folks are trained, They understand extraction times, milk temperatures, how to get that espresso shot just right. It's a craft.
Definitely more than just pushing a button. Yeah. Okay, so while you're maybe waiting, you're looking up at the
menu board. Usually up high, Hot drinks here, cold drinks there, maybe food on the side. It can look like a lot, for sure.
So it's your turn. The barista makes eye contact. What can I get for you? What now? Panic.
No panic needed. It's totally okay to need a second. Polite communication is key right here.
And instead of just kind of standing there stammering, having that phrase ready, it just helps, doesn't it?
Really. Something simple like, hi, could I just get a sec to look at the menu, please?
Yeah, exactly. Signals you're not ignoring them, just need a moment. Saves everyone a bit of stress. It really does. Baristas appreciate it. Okay, so you're ready. Let's start super simple. The absolute bedrock, black coffee, often called drip coffee, right?
Yep, same thing. Just plain, hot, regular coffee. No milk, no sugar added yet. It's brewed by letting hot water drip through the coffee grounds. Pretty straightforward.
Easy choice. What about tea? Also simple.
Generally, yes. Ask for hot tea, but you absolutely have to say which kind. Black tea, green tea, herbal. They usually just give you a cup of hot water and the tea bag on the side.
Right. So you dunk it yourself.
You do the dunking. So for these simple orders, politeness and clarity are your friends. Or can I please have?
Can I please have a black coffee? Perfect. But as soon as you say that, here it comes. The next question. What size would you like? Okay, easy part first. There's always small, medium, large.
Yes. And that's crucial. Everywhere understands small, medium, large. If you're ever unsure or traveling, just use those. Total lifesaver.
But then there are the other names, the chain coffee shop code words.
Yes.
Yeah.
The proprietary sizing, often Italianish words.
Yeah.
This is where you get tall, grande, venti.
And this messes me up every time. Tall sounds big, but it's the small one.
Correct. Tall is small. Grande, which actually means large in Italian, is their medium.
Okay.
And venti Italian for 20 is the large, usually around 20 ounces.
Why? Why make it confusing? Is it just branding?
It's largely branding, yeah. It creates a unique language for their store, makes it feel distinct, maybe encourages a little loyalty because you learn their system. But honestly...
Yeah. The big takeaway here, if you're flustered, just say small, medium, or large. The barista will understand perfectly.
Yeah.
They just want to get your order right.
Yeah.
Clarity trumps brand names every time. Okay, good to know. Phew. All right, size navigated. What's next? Temperature.
Temperature. Usually simpler. If you just ask for a coffee or a latte, the default assumption is hot.
So you'll need to speak up if you want it cold.
Exactly. You must specify iced. I'd like an iced coffee, please. Or can I get that iced? They'll make the drink and pour it over ice, usually in a clear plastic cup. Very popular, obviously, when it's warm. But people drink iced coffee year-round now.
Right. Okay, sizes and temps are sorted. Now, making it your drink. Customization. Let's talk milk.
Milk. Crucial step for many. 2 main ways to handle this.
Okay.
Tell the barista when you order, I'd like a coffee with milk, Or even better, specify the type. Can I get a latte with oat milk?
And option 2.
Option 2 is you add it yourself after you pay at the separate little station.
Ah, the condiment bar.
Exactly. If you plan to add your own, the barista might ask you a key question.
Let me guess. Would you like room for milk?
That's the one. It sounds a bit formal, maybe?
It does. I always pause like, uh-oh, what does that mean exactly?
All it means is, should I leave a little space at the top of your cup so you have room to add your milk or cream without it overflowing? Just a simple yes, please, or no, thank you is all they need.
Okay, that demystifies that phrase. So whether we ask the barista or go to the condiment bar, what kind of milk vocabulary do we need?
Well, you've got your standard whole milk. That's the regular, full-fat, creamy one. Then skim milk, which is non-fat.
Lighter options.
Right. And then the non-dairy alternatives are huge now. Almond milk, soy milk, those are pretty common. But oat milk has really taken off.
Why oat milk?
It steams really well, kind of like whole milk, and has a nice creamy texture without, being dairy. Baristas often like working with it for lattes and cappuccinos.
Interesting. Okay, milk covered. What about making it sweet? Back to the condiment bar.
Yep. Usually right there you'll find the sweeteners. Classic white sugar packets, sometimes brown sugar packets too, which have a richer molassesy flavor.
And the non-sugar options.
There's little colored packets, pink, blue, yellow. Those are usually sugar substitutes, artificial sweeteners for people cutting calories or sugar. And often you'll find honey, especially nice for tea.
Right. And while you're at the condiment bar, don't forget the practical bits.
Crucial. Grab a lid if you're taking it to go, prevent spills. And a stir stick, little wooden or plastic thing, to actually mix that sugar or milk in. Okay, drink ordered, customized. Now the moment of truth, paying. The barista rings it up, tells you the total, $5.75, please, or whatever it is.
You can usually pay with cash or card.
Pretty standard. Cash means they'll give you change and probably a receipt. Card means using the card reader, insert the chip, swipe, or increasingly just tap your card or phone contactless payment.
Right.
But the card reader, that's where we hit the next big cultural point. Tipping. Ah, yes. Tipping culture in coffee shops. It's a bit different than sit-down restaurants. It's generally not required in the same way, but
it's definitely common.
Yeah.
And appreciated.
Very much so. Barista wages often rely on tips to some extent, so it's a nice gesture to show appreciation for good service, especially if your order was complex or they were really friendly.
How does it work if I use cash?
Easy. There's usually a tip jar. It could be a glass jar, a little box right there on the counter. Just drop in your spare change or maybe a dollar bill as you're getting your change back.
Okay, but the card machine, that's where I feel put on the spot. It pops up with options before you even finish paying, like $1, 20%, or no tip.
Yeah, that screen definitely adds a layer of social pressure, doesn't it? Because you have to actively choose.
So what's the norm? Am I a terrible person if I hit no tip for just a black coffee?
Terrible person is strong, but $1 is a very common standard tip for a typical drink order via card. It's quick, easy, shows appreciation. If the service was great or the order complicated, maybe more, but $1 is pretty safe territory.
Got it. Okay, payment complete, tip navigated. What's the immediate next step, etiquette-wise?
Move. Step aside from the register area. Don't linger there.
Right, because they need to serve the next person.
Exactly. Find the designated pickup area, often a bit further down the counter, and just wait there patiently. They'll usually call out your name, or maybe the drink itself. Large latte.
Okay, so we've covered the basics, the standard drip coffee, the sizes, the milk. Let's level up. Let's talk about those fancier drinks, the ones based on espresso.
Yes, espresso. That's the heart of so many popular coffee shop drinks. It's not drip coffee. It's made by forcing hot water through finely ground coffee under high pressure, makes a small, very concentrated, intense shot of coffee, and that little shot is the base for, well, the big three, right? Let's start with the most famous one, the latte. Okay, a latte is basically espresso mixed with a lot of steamed milk and just a tiny bit of foam on top. It's milky, it's smooth, quite comforting. Often a good starting point if you find straight espresso too intense.
Makes sense. Yeah. Then the cappuccino. People mix these up all the time. What's the real difference?
Foam. That's the key. A cappuccino also has espresso and steamed milk, but the ratio is different. It has much more foam, like a thick, airy cap on top, maybe equal parts espresso, steamed milk, and foam.
So it feels lighter. Airier.
Exactly. That foam texture is a big part of the experience. It kind of carries the coffee aroma. So less milky than a latte. Maybe a bit stronger coffee flavor comes through because of that balance.
Okay, latte is milky, cappuccino is foamy. Got it. And the third one, for the sweet tooths.
The mocha. Think of it like a latte, but they add chocolate syrup or cocoa powder into the mix. So it's a coffee-chocolate hybrid. Delicious.
Sounds good. Now, can we customize these even more, like add flavors?
Oh, absolutely. Flavored syrups are super popular. Sweet liquids they add in.
What are the common ones?
Vanilla and caramel are probably the kings. Everywhere has those. But you'll also see hazelnut, maybe seasonal stuff like peppermint around the holidays or fruitier ones in the summer.
And how do you order that? Do you say latte with vanilla?
You can, but the smoothest way, the way baristas usually track it, is to put the customizations before the drink name. So size, temperature, flavor, drink.
Huh, okay. Like medium iced vanilla latte.
Perfect. And you can tweak the strength too. Want it stronger? Ask for an extra shot of espresso.
Ooh, bold. And if you want the coffee taste but not the buzz, especially later in the day,
Then you ask for decaf, short for decaffeinated. They use special beans that have had most of the caffeine removed. You can usually get any espresso drink made decaf. Okay, let's try putting it all together. The ultimate complex, confident order following that sequence. Size, temp, customizations, drink name. All right, challenge accepted. How about, can I please have a large iced decaf sugar-free vanilla latte with oat milk?
whoa. Okay, that covers a lot.
Yeah,
If you can say that smoothly, you've definitely graduated coffee school.
you've got the language down for sure.
Beyond those espresso drinks, though, coffee culture keeps evolving. What about things like pour over? It looks kind of slow and fussy.
It is slower, definitely. Pour over is a manual brewing method, just for one cup at a time. The barista carefully pours hot water over the grounds in a specific pattern.
Why bother? What's the benefit?
Control. Because it's slow and manual, the barista can precisely control the water temperature, the flow rate, the extraction time. The idea is it brings out more subtle, complex flavors in the specific coffee bean you're using, kind of like appreciating single origin chocolate or wine.
Okay. For the real coffee nerds.
Pretty much. And then there's cold brew, hugely popular now.
Right. Different from just iced coffee, isn't it?
Totally different process. Iced coffee is usually just regular hot brewed coffee cooled down and poured over ice. Cold brew is made by steeping coffee grounds in cold water for a really long time, like 12 to 24 hours.
Wow. What does that do to the taste?
It makes it incredibly smooth and much less acidic. Because the grounds never touch hot water, fewer of those bitter, acidic compounds get extracted. So the result is naturally sweeter tasting, very mellow, but still caffeinated. That low acidity is a big part of why people love it.
Interesting. Less bitterness, smoother taste.
Yeah.
Okay. And we can't forget technology's impact.
Oh yeah, mobile ordering apps are a game changer for busy places. Order on your phone, pay in advance.
Skip the entire line. Just walk in and grab your drink from the special mobile pickup spot.
Exactly. Super efficient. And those apps often tie into loyalty programs, right? Buy 9 coffees, get the 10th free, that kind of thing. Earn points, get rewards.
Okay, so we know what to order, how to order it, even the fancy stuff. But being in the coffee shop, there's more to it, isn't there? The whole social vibe.
Absolutely. That third place idea again, it's a shared space, not your home, not your office. It's like a public living room used for studying, casual meetings, catching up with friends, or just chilling alone. And for it to work for everyone, there's etiquette.
Let's start with talking to the barista, beyond just ordering. Small talk, yes or no?
It depends. You have to read the room. Is the place slammed busy with a huge line? Probably not the time. Is it quiet? The barista seems relaxed? Maybe.
Okay, if the vibe seems right, what's safe to talk about?
Keep it light, keep it brief, the weather always safe, a genuine compliment. Wow, this place has a great atmosphere. Or I love the music you guys play. Or ask a simple, neutral question like, what's your favorite drink to make? Or any recommendations today?
Now, when to stop, right?
Definitely. Pay attention to their body language. If they get busy or start focusing on making your drink, just wrap it up with a thanks. Don't trap them in conversation.
Makes sense. What about where you sit? Does that matter?
It does, especially when it's busy. Basic consideration helps. If you're alone, try to grab a smaller table meant for 2 or a seat at a counter or bar area. Leave the bigger tables, the ones for 4 or 6 people, free for actual groups.
Good point. And noise. Huge one.
Paramount. Keep your own conversations at a reasonable volume. If you're listening to music, watching videos, on a video call, headphones are absolutely essential. Not buds leaking sound, proper headphones.
And phone calls.
Take them outside, please. Nobody wants to hear your entire phone conversation. It really disrupts the atmosphere everyone else is trying to enjoy.
Okay, what about camping out? You buy one small coffee at 9 a.m., But you want to stay and use the Wi-Fi until lunch. Is that cool?
It depends on how busy the shop is. If it's packed and people are looking for seats, occupying a table for hours with just one small purchase is, well, maybe not the most considerate thing. A good rule of thumb, if you're staying a long time, is to buy something else every hour or so, another drink, a pastry, something. It supports the business that's providing the space, the Wi-Fi, the power outlet you might be using.
Right. Be mindful. Okay, you finished your drink, maybe your snack, you're ready to leave.
Yeah.
What's the final step?
Clean up after yourself. This is maybe the biggest etiquette point. Coffee shops aren't full-service restaurants with busboys clearing tables constantly.
So don't just leave your empty cup and crumpled napkin on the table.
Please don't. Take your cup, your lid, your stirrer, your napkin, any wrappers, all your trash, and put it in the designated trash and recycling bins. They're usually near the condiment station. Leave the table tidy for the next person. It makes a huge difference.
Okay, super important. Now, what if, despite your perfect ordering and the barista's best efforts, something goes wrong? They give you regular milk instead of almond. Or the drink's hot when you asked for iced.
It happens. Mistakes are made. And it is absolutely okay to say something. You paid for what you ordered.
But how? I always feel awkward like I'm complaining.
The key is how you say it. Be polite. Be calm. Don't be accusatory. Assume it was just a simple mix-up, which it usually is.
So no marching back and saying you made this wrong.
Definitely not. Try a softer approach. Go back to the counter, wait for a moment if they're busy, and then say something like, "Excuse me, I'm so sorry to bother you, but..."
Starting with politeness. Good.
Yeah.
Then explain gently, "I think there might have been a little mix-up with my drink." And then state the issue clearly but calmly. "I ordered a decaf latte, but I'm pretty sure this one is regular." Or, "I asked for oat milk, and I think this might be dairy milk." And what usually happens?
Honestly, 99% of the time, the barista will apologize immediately and remake the drink for you, no problem, no extra charge. They want you to be happy with your drink.
Okay, that's reassuring.
Yeah.
And once they fix it.
A big, genuine smile and a "thank you so much, I really appreciate you fixing that for me." Positive finish. Ends the interaction nicely for everyone.
Phew. Okay. I feel like we've covered the entire coffee shop universe, from the first hello to the last empty cup.
We've definitely hit the key points. Coffee shops are these amazing, versatile spaces, right? Vital parts of our daily routines and communities. And just remembering that being patient, being friendly, ordering clearly makes the whole experience better for you and for the people working there.
So let's boil it down. The 4 pillars of coffee shop confidence, maybe? I like that.
Huh?
Okay. Pillar 1. Master that basic ordering sequence: size, temperature, any customizations, then the drink name.
Know the vocabulary. What makes a latte different from a cappuccino? What are the common syrups? When do you need decaf? Why is cold brew smooth?
Understand the transaction, how to pay, and the cultural expectation around tipping, whether it's cash in the jar or that prompt on the card reader. A small tip is usually appreciated. And pillar 4, be a good coffee shop citizen. Mind your noise level, don't hog huge tables if you're alone, and always clean up your space before you leave.
Nailed it. Those 4 pillars give you the foundation to navigate pretty much any coffee shop situation with ease.
Okay, so this whole deep dive, it's been about demystifying the process, giving you the tools. But here's a final thought, maybe a little challenge for you, the listener.
Ooh, I like a challenge. Now that you have the knowledge, you could just order your usual go-to drink perfectly every time, or you could push yourself a tiny bit. Next time you're in a quiet moment at the counter, try asking the barista that question. What's your favorite drink to make right now? Or what's something interesting you'd recommend? Using that small talk opportunity.
Exactly. You might discover a new favorite drink you never would have tried otherwise. And you get to practice engaging just a little bit more. It turns the transaction back into a human interaction. Go on, give it a shot.
I've always found it pretty remarkable, how universal the need to celebrate is. But digging into these sources we looked at, it's clear the language and the psychology behind it all is anything but simple.
Oh, absolutely. It's like a secret code, isn't it?
Yeah, like a code we all follow without even realizing half the time.
It really is. And the sources you mentioned, they give us this fascinating blueprint. We start with, the essential phrases you need just to get by, socially speaking.
Right.
But then they take us way deeper into analyzing why we even bother with, the cake and the candles and everything.
So our goal today is really to give you that blueprint. It's a kind of toolkit, maybe, a way to understand and participate in and even critique this whole complex world of celebration, a complete guide.
Exactly. We're structuring this sort of like climbing stairs. First, the essential toolkit, foundational stuff.
Okay.
Then we move it to the social landscape where we, try to nail the nuance.
Got it.
And finally, the top step, the deeper why, the psychology behind it all. Sounds good. Let's start with those non-negotiables then.
Yeah.
The absolute basics, the linguistic rules that, keep us polite and make sure we show up on time.
Okay, first up, the cornerstone of many celebrations, the birthday. Everyone knows the phrase, when is your birthday? Right.
Standard question.
But one thing the research really hammered home, and it's a detail, but important, is prepositions. Don't mix them up.
Ah, yes. Crucial for fluency. If you give the specific date, you have to use on.
Like, my birthday is on October 25th.
Exactly. But if you're just giving the month, or maybe the season.
Then it switches to in. My birthday's in October. Or in the fall.
It seems small, but it's one of those little tells, isn't it? Get it wrong, and it flags you as maybe not quite fluent yet.
Totally. Okay, connected to the date. The age question. How old are you? Simple sentence.
Structurally simple, yes.
But the sources pointed out a really significant cultural warning here.
Yes, this is where just knowing the words isn't enough. You need that social intelligence layer.
Right.
So asking kids or, younger people, how old are you? That's generally fine. Standard stuff.
Right.
But the sources really stress this. Asking an older adult, especially one you don't know well, about their age directly, it can be seen as, maybe a bit impolite. Certainly awkward in many Western contexts.
So it's safer to just wait.
Yeah, often safer to wait for them to bring it up themselves.
Yeah.
Or, just avoid the question entirely if it feels sensitive.
Interesting. It shifts the focus, doesn't it? From just a factual question to something about personal disclosure.
Precisely.
Okay, let's talk about the birthday stuff, the little rituals.
Ah, the micro rituals. Yes. The birthday cake is obviously essential.
Can't have a birthday without cake. Well, you can, but...
It feels wrong. But the key thing isn't really, whether it's chocolate or vanilla, it's the ritual element.
Like the candles.
Exactly. The candles, usually the same number as the person's age, right?
Right. And then that whole sequence.
Oh, yeah. The sequence is critical. Everyone has to sing.
Usually badly.
Usually very badly. Then the birthday person makes a secret wish.
Super important. It's secret.
Crucial. And then they have to blow out all the candles. And here's the kicker.
With one breath.
Yes. All of them. One breath. For the wish to come true, that constraint, that little bit of pressure, it's part of the magic.
And if they manage it, if the ritual works...
Then come the gifts or presents.
Yeah.
Usually have to be wrapped.
In colorful paper, yeah. And the rule for the person getting the gift.
Enthusiasm. Genuine or not, you need enthusiasm. A flat thank you just doesn't cut it.
No, you need more. Like, oh, thank you so much. That's so kind of you. Something warmer.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And don't forget the birthday card.
Ah, the card. With the essential message.
Happy birthday. Simple, universal. Gets the job done, whether it's written, texted, shouted across the room.
Okay, so that's the individual focus. Now the social event itself, the party.
Right. If you're the one organizing it, you invite people.
And the people who come are your guests.
And the invitation itself, whether it's paper or digital, needs specifics.
Date, time, and critically, the location. Don't want guests wandering around lost.
Definitely not. And to create the right mood, the host usually provides decorations.
Yeah, like balloons, maybe a banner saying happy birthday, sets the scene.
And music. You need music. The sources were clear. A party without a special playlist. It's basically just an organized meeting.
Huh. True. Okay, that definitely sets the technical foundation. But now let's move into phase 2, the social landscape. Because, let's be honest, not all parties feel the same, right?
Not at all. And just saying party can be way too generic. It doesn't capture the actual vibe.
So having more nuanced language here is really useful.
Immensely useful. For instance, if it's a smaller event, maybe more focused on chatting than loud music or dancing.
Like people are actually talking to each other.
Exactly. The sources like the term get together for that. It implies something planned, but maybe more intimate.
Yeah, I sometimes just say hang out, but that feels almost too casual, maybe unplanned. A get together sounds deliberate, even if it's relaxed.
Right. Now, flip side. What if it's a huge, loud, really energetic party? Lots of people, music pumping.
Ah, okay. The fun, informal word the sources mentioned is a bash.
Yeah, a bash. Like they're throwing a massive bash for her 40th.
Okay. And what if it's the opposite? Super low-key, maybe no big social event, just, I don't know, a special dinner out.
You could call that a quiet celebration. Just acknowledging the occasion without the big event, being able to describe the vibe like this, that's a big step up in social fluency.
And the vibe often depends on the people there, doesn't it? Let's bring in some of those idioms that describe people at parties.
Oh, good idea. These add so much color. So you always have that person who's full of energy, talking to everyone, maybe dancing first.
The one making sure things don't get boring.
That's the one. They're the life of the party. Absolutely essential sometimes.
And then there's the opposite. The person who seems to be like surgically attached to the wall or hovering near the snacks.
Yes. Watching everyone else, maybe looking a bit shy and not really jumping in.
Yeah. That person is a wallflower.
A classic term. And the host's job, ideally, is to try and draw the wallflower in a bit.
Ow.
Well, the host needs to mingle. You know, move around the room, chat with different people, connect different groups.
Introductions.
Exactly. And generally make sure everyone feels at ease, just relaxed and welcome.
Okay.
That's good hosting.
Okay. And if you're a guest at one of these big bashes, maybe you've had a stressful week. What's the goal?
Often is to let your hair down. Just relax, forget your worries, have some fun.
Like loosening a tight bun, metaphorically.
Precisely. And if you really want to go for it, have a big, exciting, maybe slightly wild night out celebrating.
Then you might paint the town red.
A very evocative phrase for a big night out.
These descriptions of vibe and people often connect back to family or group habits, don't they?
Absolutely. Those unique family traditions or rituals, they're what make your birthday feel different from someone else's.
Like maybe there's always a specific breakfast made?
Yeah, like birthday breakfast in bed. Or maybe it's a specific, secret family recipe for the cake, grandma's famous chocolate cake or something. Those personal touches are key.
Speaking of specific birthdays feeling different, we should define milestone birthday.
Yes. These are the big ones. Culturally marked as more significant.
Like turning 16, 18, 21.
Or 30, 40, 50, and so on. Often these demand a bigger celebration, maybe even a special trip instead of just a party.
Okay, so that covers birthdays pretty well, but celebrations aren't just about birthdays. We need language for other life events.
Definitely. Let's take anniversary. Could be a wedding anniversary or even a work anniversary.
What's the greeting?
Simple again. Happy anniversary.
Okay, easy enough. But here's a distinction the research really highlighted. What about finishing school? A graduation?
Right. Big achievement. But you don't say happy graduation.
No. What do you say?
The correct phrase for this kind of success, or maybe getting a new job or having a baby, is congratulations.
That's a really powerful difference.
It is, isn't it? Happy seems to be more for dates that repeat birthdays, anniversaries. Congratulations is for achievements, things you worked for that don't just happen every year.
Wow, okay. That changes how you think about those simple greetings. It's not just politeness, it's acknowledging effort, maybe even sacrifice.
Exactly. It reframes the whole thing.
What about when someone's leaving? A job or moving away? The farewell party.
The farewell. Always a bit bittersweet, isn't it? Mix of sad and happy.
So the good wishes tend to look forward.
Yeah, usually things like good luck with everything, or maybe the slightly warmer I wish you all the best, focus on their future.
Makes sense. And we can't forget those pre-wedding parties.
Right. Need the specific terms here. For the bride-to-be, it's traditionally the hen party, or more common in the U.S., maybe bachelorette party.
And for the groom?
That would be the stag party or bachelor party. Knowing those specific terms definitely shows you're fluent in the social landscape.
Okay. We have built quite the toolkit for navigating the social side. Ready to go deeper?
Let's do it. Under the floorboards, as you said. Phase 3. The deeper why.
Why do we do all this? As humans, I mean. Why this seemingly universal need to, organize cake and singing and gift giving?
Well, the core insight from the sources is pretty profound. A celebration isn't just a party. It's actually a formalized way society helps us manage change, psychologically manage it.
How so?
Its main function, arguably, is to mark a milestone, to signal a point of significant transition in someone's life or in the year.
Okay, marking time, marking change, this sounds like.
It leads directly into the anthropological idea of rites of passage.
I've heard that term.
Yeah, these are basically ceremonies that publicly mark someone moving from one social status to another. Think about it. A graduation turns a student into a graduate.
A wedding turns two single people into a married couple.
Exactly. These rituals aren't just symbolic. They help us and the community process and accept these big life shifts.
And presumably, we don't usually go through these rites of passage alone.
Rarely. Which brings us to the second major function, social bonding. Celebrations almost always involve shared emotion, shared experience.
Right. Everyone singing happy birthday together, even if off-key.
Or that feeling at a really great wedding reception, everyone dancing together. That shared high energy feeling, that kind of fizzing and bubbling.
For fizzing and bubbling. I like that.
There's actually a sociological term for it. Collective effervescence.
Collective effervescence, like champagne bubbles, but for group feeling.
Exactly. It's this powerful feeling of unity and shared excitement, where for a moment, individual worries seem to fade, and you feel deeply connected to the group. It strongly reinforces the social fabric.
So celebrations are actually doing serious social work. They're reminding us, hey, we're all part of this group, we belong together.
Precisely. They strengthen community bonds. However, there's a but.
Uh-oh. There's always a but.
The sources definitely offered a critical perspective here, this important social bonding function. It's often kind of undermined or complicated by the modern commercialization of celebrations.
The pressure to buy stuff.
Exactly. That commercialization creates huge consumer pressure. It can lead to this unspoken and often uncomfortable expectation.
That the amount you spend on a gift somehow equals how much you care.
Yes. The monetary value of the gift gets tangled up with the value of the relationship. It can turn what should be a joyful personal ritual into something closer to an economic transaction. It adds anxiety.
I can see that. And this pressure probably gets worse with social media, right?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
The sources talked about the rise of the performative celebration.
Meaning
A celebration that feels like it's designed primarily to be photographed, documented, perfectly curated, and then shared online.
the Instagram versus reality phenomenon.
Exactly that. The focus shifts, sometimes subtly, sometimes obviously, away from genuine connection in the moment.
Towards creating the curated presentation of a perfect-looking event for an online audience, the memory you're making is almost secondary to the photo you're taking.
It's a tricky dynamic. But interestingly, this pressure seems to be causing a bit of a pushback.
Ooh.
The research highlighted a counter-movement, a growing preference, perhaps, for experiences over possessions.
Like gifting a weekend trip instead of an expensive watch.
Maybe. Or valuing homemade or DIY celebrations more. Baking your own imperfect cake, crafting decorations, putting in time and personal effort as the marker of value rather than just the money spent, trying to reclaim some authenticity.
That's a hopeful sign. Okay, wow, we've covered a lot of ground.
We really have. From basic prepositions.
All the way to collective effervescence and critiquing performative parties.
It shows how layered this topic is.
It really does. And what strikes me is how traditions aren't fixed, are they? They change.
Absolutely not fixed. The whole landscape of celebration is constantly evolving. And that evolution tells us a lot about wider cultural shifts.
Like, what kind of shifts are we seeing now?
Well, the sources pointed specifically to the rise of what you might call non-traditional celebrations. Think about Friendsgiving.
Ah, yeah. Thanksgiving, but with your friends instead of, or in addition to, family.
Exactly. Adapting a traditional family holiday for a world where people might live far from relatives, or where friendships are just as central to their lives. Or consider Galentine's Day.
The day before Valentine's Day, celebrating female friendship.
That's the one. These newer celebrations, they seem to signal a cultural shift towards really valuing and prioritizing the chosen family.
So acknowledging that the people we choose to build our lives with our close friends deserve the same kind of ceremonial recognition as traditional family.
That seems to be the message. It shows that who we celebrate with and how we celebrate is changing, reflecting maybe different priorities, different life structures.
So the language we use, the rituals we create, they're not just static rules, they're a dynamic reflection of the society we're living in right now.
Beautifully put. The words really do help define the world.
Well, we sincerely hope this deep dive has given you not just some new language tools, but maybe some new ways to think about celebrations, too. Perhaps even some fresh ideas for your own future gatherings.